Okay, I'm sitting down. Hello, welcome to. I haven't decided what the name of this is yet. Actually,
Okay.
I haven't decided. No, you're gonna have to help me out with. You're gonna have to help me out with names. I'm thinking like maybe Hyperkunst. No. What about
Hypokunst.
Megakunst? No.
I'm very good with names. I can.
Yeah.
Something will come.
Something's gonna come. I was thinking, what about this? Disorganized fun.
Opa.
Yeah. Right.
Better.
Hello, welcome to Disorganized Fun. I'm here with
Kysy Fischer.
Kysy Fischer, who is debuting. This is a debut? No, it's a presentation of show Super Superficial at Sophienzähler for the
Opening of Tanztage.
Who are you? Tell me what's going on.
I am a Brazilian artist who lives in Germany, in Berlin, for the last 9 years. And I work together with a collective called Abanaya. And with them, I'm creating the last works of my life before I die. No.
There's so much more to do. What does it mean?
Abanaya is just a German expression like Abanaya in Portuguese, written in Portuguese, because we are half Brazilians in the group.
Abanaya?
It's only that. There is nothing special in the name. I'm sorry.
Abanaya, no, that's actually amazing. Oh my god, maybe I call this Abanaya. Abanaya. Hello, welcome to Abanaya. Oh my god. You did the first show, Superficial, yesterday at Sophienzähler. You in the big room or small room?
Big.
In the big room.
It was amazing.
Yeah, was it? Yeah. I love that room.
Yeah, it was very chic.
Yeah?
Yes.
Cool. How did it go yesterday?
Wow, it was great. It was full, and the audience was very open. Cool. And like like tling tling tling.
Yeah.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
They were. I was afraid. Yes, because I work with ridiculosity, and I was afraid that they would be afraid to laugh and so on.
You got the laugh.
Yeah.
From a German audience.
Yeah, I think they are like half German, like 50% maybe German. But yeah, to do what I do in Germany, it's a plus.
Yo, congratulations! I'm very much looking forward to seeing it tonight. Yeah. Listen, what's the first question? All right, listen. Want to see the questions? I should have sent these to you beforehand, actually.
No.
Yeah, it's true. No. I fake it, ergo sum. That is a misquote. René Descartes. What does this mean to you?
I came with this sentence before I started to make Superficial, and I have a history not only with theater and dance, but also with psychology, philosophy, psychoanalysis, and I'm liking a lot the idea to not think about an essence, to think about performativity all the time. And in this work especially, I'm working with what appears and the surface of what we are, how we appear to the world, but working with the idea that is already everything, and there is nothing behind the surface of what we say. The surface of what we are is already what we are, and there is nothing hidden, and everything is fake.
What do you mean by this? Everything is fake.
everything is produced
Mm-hmm.
socially, culturally. Everything is artificiality.
Mm-hmm. Can you give me an example?
But, well, in this work, what we work that I like a lot
Mm-hmm.
with the grimaces,
Uh-huh.
and that how this produces a state,
Mm-hmm.
a body, a way to be in the space, and this is so fake that it's real.
Yeah. It also said, looking at my notes, this piece explores comedy and rage. Listen, are you an angry person?
Yes.
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 Yeah. What are you angry about?
I got angry about many things in my life, and I noticed in therapy that a lot of things that I did in life were kind of an answer to something that I disagree or something that was against me. For example, I created this collective of women after having a very bad experience working with cis hetero men. And the experience of being erased, and which is very common. Actually, it's not a new thing, but then it was a reaction. Abanaya, for example, was a reaction of this process of being erased in Brazil, and then I came to Germany. I think nowadays I'm very angry about the way this country treats us. Yeah, and this play was a reaction to the gaze, how we still, I think it's maybe in our bubble we think we are already how can I say, over a lot of things, or they are gone, they are vorbei.
Yeah.
But still, if you really talk with female people, this idea of beauty and how you have to appear to the world is against us. And I think anger and rage is actually there is something there. There is power there, and if we use it, like if we get together and use it to create something together, it can also be fun. Sure. You know, in this play we play with that.
I think of like anger as rage is the most extreme expression of this. How do you get the chance to express rage in your life?
Well, how can I say that? I think in our society we are in a complicated moment, and it's a lot. It's a lot about being positive and being like performing a kind of balanced person. I had moments in the last years being a migrant, especially a Latin American woman, here, and fighting with legal stuff that like I had the chance to express a rage also through my lawyers.
You got the lawyers out. You got to do that. You got to do that.
Everything.
Can't get stuff done without a lawyer. Got to put out my landlord. He wants to speak to my lawyers, didn't I? Back down quick.
Yeah, but I think we found it was everything at once, and I think we found in the rehearsal room a place also for this rage, because sometimes it can bring also the police with it. You don't take care.
This is the point.
More and more and more. No, I'm joking. But we tried to work with like from images of overacting to something that could be maybe a over dance. And in this work, we tried to be over and more as more as more as more. But what I feel now, talking seriously about that, to transform into collectivity, and I value a lot to be working in a collective and to construct somehow ethics of work. It's not easy because we have the whole system, how the money is distributed and how we explore ourselves and how we are forced to explore or exploit other artists as well. But we try to do something together, and then on stage also to try to give a feeling that we are going against this wave of individuality. And we live in a very individualistic country with a crazy individualistic culture. So I try to do something, to propose another way to be together. I think this rage brings us together to be strong. Yeah. I noticed, and in the collective, we have a very clear positions. And I think there is an agreement, almost like a sadomaso contract, that someone has the pleasure to also work for a vision. And for me, the clearer I started to work with it, that I have a vision or a direction, and we are going collectively to that direction. But there is this vision that we are working for, and politically is also important to work for something that's not necessarily only this individual necessity or this individual wishes and how I feel my necessities, my bedürfnisse, but to work for something that's bigger. And it can be me today, tomorrow can be you. This person giving this vision, you know? Yeah. I think thinking like that and being clear about that, then maybe makes the things more comfortable. But it's an important question. I think it's something to keep thinking about all the time, because it's about the life and the body of this person. It's a lot about ego, in a sense of, like, for example, I work with what's ridiculous and what's ugly in us, in a good sense. And I think, especially in the dance field, to ask someone to open this little door, it's not easy, because we have a tradition of dance that is based on beauty in some sense, or the conventions that make contemporary dance to be what it is. And as you said before, contemporary dance is quite ridiculous, but it's so well defined, actually, what's allowed, that when you bring things from other fields, like in my case from clownery, or theater, or the things I think about philosophy or whatever, and then you confront this with contemporary dancers, then sometimes they are like, oh, I'm not putting my foot there. And it's everything actually about conventions. Conventions can change all the time, and what's normal now, what's in the majority of what is made now, it will change tomorrow.
Kysy, I'm going to read you your text. I'm going to be honest. I never read the text before I go to the theatre. I always just go. And sometimes I might read the text afterwards, like I'm like, oh, what the hell was that? Or, oh, that was actually quite good. Or whatever. You know, like sometimes I might read. I'm going to read you your text. Super naked, super exposed, super shrill, super superficial is a performance of movement and sound. Ideas of the transience of surfaces by bending, breaking them. It shows a perceptive image of bodies in which they deform, shift, and merge with the surfaces and boundaries of the space. I fake it, ergo sum. Asks how the gaze on the naked body can be denuded by exaggerating identities instead of searching for comedy and rage, attributions from the outside, and physical resistance. The piece provides a powerful and lively response to the relationship to the naked female body in art and society. Super Superficial is about women who decide to do whatever they want. Tell me, who wrote that text?
Who wrote it?
Who wrote it?
Me.
You wrote that text?
I think I wrote it in Bahia, in Brazil. You know Bahia?
Bahia, I've heard about this.
Bahia, of Caetano Veloso, of Tom Zé,
Sounds
Gilberto
nice.
Gil. It's a state in Brazil. No, I sat down and wrote it, and then probably my dramaturg and me we wrote together after something small and blah 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 blah.
Okay, if I came out of this show, I'm going to come out of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel, now having made the show, do you feel like this is representative? Or how do you think this text sits alongside your work?
You are putting me in a complicated position.
That's my job.
No, I think yes. Like I premiered this show. Of course, we worked more on it, but I premiered 1.5 years ago, and this text was like revealed afterwards. I think yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good point because you have already. Okay, yeah, good point. All right, okay, all right. No, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Do you read the texts of other people?
No, I'm dyslexic. I have a hard time reading things. I listen. Gerne. And when people read to me or no, I read. But I think you have a question there in your life, about the text and the thing. I think the text sometimes it's an extra thing. Mm-hmm. We had this I fake it ergo sum on stage projected on the ground at the end of the play. And for example, I heard from 2 people the suggestion to take it out. And then to leave it in the text, only in the text. So it's like an extra information, or sometimes also leading you to a wrong direction to surprise you during the play. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this makes sense. I think one of my professors also said this, that the text is a performance in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And once I understood this, I was like, oh, okay. Sometimes I read text and be like, what is this? Just long words. Long words.
What do you think about this one?
Nothing about this text. I mean, look at this. Yeah. Like, to be fair, I mean, look, there's a lot of long words. Not going to lie.
Long words.
Long words. Plenty of thematicizes, transients, deceptive. It's a lot of long words.
Yeah. There's a thing. My language is Latin.
Uh-huh.
No, like coming from Latin languages. And when I translate something to English, I wrote this in Portuguese. Sure. So I find the most similar words in Latin, like so transients, for example, maybe in English would be something more. But for me, that sounds very easy, but sometimes then in the other language, it sounds a bit.
Listen, let me say this. Like, I'm an okay reader. I'm not. I understand many of these long words. Mm-hmm. Put together, it all feels sometimes a bit like, whoa. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm wondering, I don't know, I feel like there's, let's say this, like, contemporary dance is this like proper niche intellectual like thing. And
is it?
Yeah, look at this. Denuded by the exaggerating entities and that, do you know what I mean? It's super, do you know what I mean? You're a clever person. Look at this. It's all clever. Which is not a problem. No, look, I think it's good that it's clever. I was wondering, how can we... You're a master, no less.
Yeah, no,
master
but
of dance. But do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I think we should be concerned about our audience and be close to the audience. It's a very complex because we live in a city where, for example, I had to learn English to be able to be in the contemporary dance bubble, because when I arrived in Germany, I learned German before, and I thought I'm going to Germany and so on. So it's like depending also what kind of migrant you are, you know English beforehand or not. If you are a upper class Brazilian, you come here knowing English. If you are not, you don't know English, and it's complicated because we do things, for example, in English, and we think this will be more accessible. But a lot of migrants, they only know German, and all these details, I think it's a hard work to work in Berlin, to produce things in Berlin, and how to make things accessible. I think this idea that you have, for example, can be a nice way as well. I think we have to talk more honestly about our work.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, look, I mean the challenge for me also feels like this. Like again, I read this text. I know what you're talking about. I know what's going on. And it takes me away to somewhere, and I can do their own thinking also, which I think is an important part of this. And I don't think it's about dumbing down, because I think you lose a lot of nuance, you lose a lot of the content. But then, yeah, how to then also be accessible, like you say, like how do we like not just speak to our audience or be mindful audience, but also, yeah, how to maybe have wider audience. I don't know if that's interesting to you. I think it's interesting to me. I think contemporary dance is amazing. I love it with all my heart. And then I just really, I wish to spread the good news, you know? So, yeah, that's Amen. Why. Amen. Listen, do you know Kaka? When he scores
you can.
This. Okay, yeah. So Kaka, when he scores a goal.
Kaka is a football player.
Amazing football player. I love Kaka. Oh my God. Kaka, he scores, he would do this. Like lifts up his shirts like I belong to Jesus. I still do this as an homage to Kaka. Amen. Amen. Oh my God. Listen, what else is on my notes? I need to. Okay, that was this one. This is what I'm going to ask you a lot later. You can't see that if you're into that. This is please put somebody. You express rage. We did that bit. Okay, I'm going to ask these questions now. If comedy, hang on, I start this. Just a spoonful of sugar helps a medicine go down. Did you ever watch Mary Poppins? Watch Mary Poppins? I love that movie. I love that movie.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. I could be Brazilian. Listen, if comedy, you talked about this, there's a tension, or like if this piece exists between the comedy and the rage. Let's say if comedy is the sugar and the rage is the medicine, what is
the spoon?
Sure. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, what's the illness?
The what?
What is the illness?
I think in this case, patriarchy. Very obvious. But I could amplify it and say it's patriarchy, but it's also neoliberalism. It is this individualism that everything comes together. This is the way I work and why I love comedy and why I'm researching it the last 10, 15 years. Because I think there is a anarchical power in it, and there is something that's very important in our time. Comedy. We live in a time that is a lot about I agree, I disagree. This is what I think. This is this. This is this. I'm this. I'm that. My identity. Da, da, da. And comedy bring you sometimes to laugh in a field that you are not sure, and that can be very important. It's very funny when the people say, when I see them talking about things and they say, but it's about the making people laugh, and then what else? No, sometimes making people laugh, it's a lot. In Germany, it's a lot. Because the fascists hate humor. Because you are in between, you are putting things in question in another way, and you are, in a sense, this is also why, of course, I love Carnival. Because you put the power in question, and you are just like life and body and joy, in this moment at least. And we cannot leave this die, or let it die. This power.
What makes you laugh?
Memes. Very intellectual.
Very intellectual memes. Can you tell?
No.
What's the last meme that you cracked up at?
That I what?
That made you laugh like a lot.
God, there are so many.
There's so many. You send it to me. Send it to me. I'll put it in the video.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
There is one that I left a lot, and it has to do with superficial.
Yeah, it does.
It's 3 women trying to. It's like a competition. You will see in the video. That you can put the moment in the play and the meme.
Perfect. I'm genuinely looking forward to this. Listen, this piece. You're naked. What's your relationship to your naked body, and how has it changed through making this piece?
Well, my relationship. My mother, when I was more or less 12 years old, we were in a building with another building next to it, and she was changing the clothes, and I said, "Mom, can you close no, Mom, you have to close the curtains." And then she said, "Who never saw a naked woman should do it." And that's my relationship to that. Like, I never had a problem with it. I studied theater many years ago, and in Brazil it's very common. I was walking naked in the university and making a lot of things naked. My main question is how to make the naked body naked again. Like, what else can I? My other play, we work with moaning, and I noticed that I felt more naked moaning. Moaning is this in front of other people. And then that play, for example, I make with clothes, but moaning, looking to the audience. I work a lot with looking to the audience, and that was very hard in the beginning. And this play, to be honest, and it's also interesting to hear from the audience, we don't think a lot about the nakedness, and the audience also doesn't think a lot about the nakedness. It's about something else.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. Whenever I go watch a dance piece and there's naked people, I spend the first 10 minutes just going, okay, they're naked. Okay, they're naked. All nice, all nice, all nice. And I get it out of the way, then I can concentrate on the cook. Like, because I think you're right. Like, yeah, I think for better or for worse, naked bodies, male and female, as far as I'm concerned, are sexy. They're sexualized and they're sexy. And I think, yeah.
But it's okay, no? It's like also there is this aspect in our lives. This is not only about like erasing it all the time, pretending it's not there. It's there, and then you get used quite quickly, and then you like going to the FKK lake, you know. The grandma is there, the teenagers there, the babies are there, and okay.
I have to say, coming from England,
it's not okay.
Oh my god, it is not okay. Being naked is not okay. However, and I have
people, it's not okay.
It is not okay.
Stop.
Put your clothes back on. Nasty. Jesus.
Well, but you know that Brazil is very conservative, no?
Really?
With the body and yeah.
We think of I think of Brazil and I think of like tangas and thongs and on the beach and.
Yeah, you always have to cover something. It's like, for example, to be topless by the beach is forbidden.
Whoa.
Highly forbidden. And yeah, it's interesting. It's also contradictory. Everything, but Brazil is very contradictory in this sense. It's very moral. How do you say that?
Moralistic, yeah.
Moralistic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I find it. Yeah, I don't know, like the naked body. I have to say, like, credit to Germany. Mm-hmm. This is really where I learned how to be naked, and to denude the naked body actually, and to denude my own body. I now, if it's summertime and I need to wear swim costume, I'm angry. I'm like actually physically, like I'm burning with rage. My balls are on fire. I am really so annoyed. Having to wear clothes, and because of the implication of what it means, actually, it's just hot, and I wish to be. It's no more and no less. And then, I think it's also. I think you're right. There's also, the human body is also sexy. That's also okay. I think I don't know. I think that we are still figuring out what to do with sexiness. I wonder what my question is here. I don't know. I wonder if you can speak to that. I suppose how do you deal with knowing that people will come and see attractive people on stage and they are naked? Yeah, how do you square that circle inside your head?
I think the work I'm doing the last 7 years with these women that are not the same on stage tonight, for example, we work a lot about, but I also, the work I'm doing the last years, it's a lot about owning this stage and owning this position and embracing stereotypes and using it for the comedy, and then having this position and playing with this gaze, with these Beschreibungen.
Was?
Whatever. Like what people think about you and
projections or
and owning it and performing with it and playing, but giving the power to these women on stage. And then they play with it, but they have the control. At least on stage, it's fiction, no? Because in the real life we are a lot like still like. But this is the game, I think. I forgot the question.
So did I. Naked bodies. No. Yeah, how do you square the circle? Naked bodies. People come and watch. Yeah.
And knowing that they are going to look at us with some
with a certain sexualizing gaze. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's owning it and playing with it. Like it is there.
Yeah.
It is there, but it's also much more there that we can play with. So we have this first moment and then we transform it in something else.
Super courageous, I have to say, to take that, to know that, to then take that, to own it. Like that's a whole process, which takes place on stage, I suppose. Rehearsal space is probably different. The minute people come into the space, it's like that whole process is then happening live. You can't really choreograph that or really prepare for that. Respect, really respect. I think it's super cool. Okay, one question. Tell me one super superficial thing about yourself.
Oh my God. As a feminist artist, when I'm in a plane, which is also ecologically incorrect, but I come from another continent. I'm sorry. I like to watch romantic comedies.
Throw some names out there.
What?
Throw some names out there. I want to know what sort of movie.
Oh my God.
Go on. No judgment here. No judgment here.
Super judgment. Oh my God. Now that I was alone rehearsing, like I came to make Tanztag and then I was super tired and then I watched in 2 days the last season of Emily in Paris.
Emily in Paris.
No judgment, but cancel. Who is this girl?
To be fair, I've only heard the name. I know nothing about this TV show. I know nothing about
Good.
it. You recommend?
No. It's horrible.
And yet, you watch it. What is it about it?
Well, there are amazing costumes and like super expensive things that you will never have, and you are also kind of against this thing. And there's a love story and a beautiful guy. Some beautiful guy. Horrible. Cut it.
Oh, listen, I asked. That sounds super superficial. Oh my God. All right. These are the last few questions. Oh my God, so many questions. So many. And I'm supposed to edit. I don't know how I'm going to edit this down.
You prepared too much.
I did, didn't I? I did.
And it's great. You can make a long version.
We can make a long version. Actually, maybe that's the point. Maybe there's like a separate channel where you watch long versions. These are questions I'm going to ask everybody. All right, listen.
I can try also to answer a bit quicker.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to have to hire an editor. I don't want to do this. Listen, okay, look. We're in an age of huge funding cuts in Germany and I suppose across all of Western Europe right now. There's a lot of people who are leaving the dance industry. There's a lot of people who are retraining. What is your side hustle right now?
What's the side hustle?
Side hustle is like the job you do that's not dance.
Mm-hmm. Well, dance industry it's a strong word, not because we were already very precarious and suffering. I worked with these women 7 years having almost no money. I always had side jobs. Yeah, I'm very lucky. After 9 years in Germany, I work with art, but I dance in parties. I teach sometimes. I give workshops. Also, I'm starting with Beratung.
Was? Constanza Mac? What? No? Congratulations.
Consultants? No.
Weiß nicht. Was meinst du?
Beratung.
Beratung. Bist du jetzt Berater?
Yeah.
Tanzberater.
No, it's like a Beratung for artists that are arriving in Portuguese and Spanish through app. I think it will be very hard. It will be hard, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. I think we are going into a whole and we are really cutting. We are cutting the human sides of life. I mean, the way neoliberalism is structured, the way politicians are thinking now, we are cutting the most human sides of our lives to stay only with what is necessary or with what is giving profit. And we are going to a very strange path, and it's not without a reason that people are getting more and more depressed and that people are sick here.
Yeah.
What we as artists, we can keep doing, but we are also not, we cannot hold it forever. We also have to eat and pay the rent. So
Listen, I feel like this is a huge topic for me at the moment. I'll say this. I love dance. Love dancing on stage. I love performances. There's a part of me that feels like the things that I have learned at school, things I've learned in processes, things I've learned in workshops. I wonder if the stage is the end goal of the knowledge which I am accruing, that I have gained. And I'm wondering how can we take the knowledge and how can there be other applications for the knowledge? I wonder if you think about this sort of thing. I think about this all the time.
Have an answer. I think there are many applications, and I think people are doing that. I saw a video on the internet, that horrible thing that makes us crazy as well. But a woman was saying like, "Wow, we have like obligatory this and that in the school, but theater or dance classes should be also like something that everyone has in the school, because so important to just understand that we live in this world with people around you. In the supermarket, there is someone in front of you, and I think we have so much to share. But also the stage, it's still so important to have this. Like I'm afraid, because there are places closing.
Oh, 100%. I think the contentification of the arts really is making the stage obsolete. I can already see it.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to pay to go watch something. Everything's ready on your phone. So yeah, I can see this. It's coming. Walls are closing in.
And we are here.
We are here promoting this show. Maybe like so then on that in this world of AI, in this world of internetification of everything, what is the future of dance, do you think? I know.
I can't go to this. I'm so much. There is a word in English. I want so much people. I want so much. Like, I'm so happy you are here today, cool. And there is this excuse for that. But I want to meet people. I want to drink coffee or tea or beer or water with real people who know who they are. You know, so I not so much in this I subject. I'm someone who grew up with the grandma. And I think I'm a bit like from another generation in my mind somehow. Maybe this is why the romantic comedy. Yeah. But there is something. I when I migrated, I stopped dancing and moving, and for some years. And when I came back to dance and movement, I came back to life somehow, and really I felt like I'm alive again, and I feel better. So I think it will not die, you know, because we need it, and the most people notice that they are alive when they dance or when they see. I hear very often like the audience telling me like, because I saw you doing what you do, I feel alive again. So it's so important that I think it will not die completely.
Listen, I agree with you, and I really hope so. This thing of like kinesthetic empathy, like I see someone do it, and so therefore it, like the mirror neurons light up, and then I feel like I'm doing it. That's a little bit what I'm scared of, because the videos, you watch the video, and then you're like, ooh, like dancing. I don't need to dance now. I go back to, you know, or even this, like, you know, like you're saying, like, oh, I messaged someone or I'm connecting with people by using it. But then actually, yeah, this is where I get worried.
But what you feel when you see someone live, and what you feel when you talk to someone, when you drink a coffee with someone, or you go to the theater, it is something else. And even waiting for the show to start, you know, that's so important to see your friends and go to have a beer afterwards. I think at some point, I'm with this subject a lot these last weeks in my mind. At some point, we have to understand it's important to close this thing and go to the world, you know, and to see each other again, because it's making us sick as a society. You're super healthy.
I'm so healthy. Oh my God. I'm a dancer, of course. No, you make a valid point here. Like, I was at the theatre in London recently, and the show finished, I wanted to come out and start talking about the show, but everyone was going home. I was like, well, what? But don't we? This is what we like. It's part of the theatre going experience to kind of like hang out and gossip about, gossip about the piece, gossip about each other.
If you like gossip, come to the theater.
Come to the theater. No, it's the fun bit. I think it's like I realize this the sociality of the theatre. It's really, I'm not just going to a theatre to watch a piece. I'm also going to to connect with each other. Like this is somehow a vessel for us to be together. I think this bit, it's more than just the content. It's really like contextual framing of community and being together.
Gossiping.
Listen, it's like I'm like I mean, there's funding cuts. Like the money situation is not good right now. I still insist on paying for a ticket. I could have come to the General, save myself a bunch of money, but I want to have the moment before and after the show and be with my friends. Like it's really important to me. So yeah, I feel you.
Let's see how I feel after the show.
And I'm gonna speak to you after the show. Speak to you. All right, let me ask this. Do you have any non-dance friends?
Yes.
Yeah. When you tell them what you do, or how do you tell them what you do?
I have a sentence that I use always, that is to say I do something that's between dance, theater, and performance art. And I work with feminist humor. They and then when they come, I think this is the thing.
Continue.
I try, at least you can tell me.
Yep.
Tonight after you come, I try to still think all the time when I'm doing something to do something to people that are not from our field. And of course, humor is a great way to do it, because there is something that is almost, it's in your body. You laugh or you don't laugh. And there is culture, there is society. There's this classical thing that Henri Bergson says about the laughing. You have to understand the what's funny there, and then this community will laugh. Maybe another community will not laugh about that. But there is something about the body reaction, and if you connect with what's happening, if you believe in it somehow or not, and this is much more than the blah 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 and the long words you called, no? It's human. It's like looking into the eyes of the audience and breathing out together. Sure. What was the question?
Another question. You went off on one, but no. But then I think this is a really smart way to. The question was, with your non-dance friends, how do you tell them what you do?
When they come, I think when they come, then they get what I do. They are happy somehow.
I find that like when you tell people, I tell people contemporary dance, I don't feel that really does justice or explains actually what it is, because then you say contemporary dance, and they're like, oh, I like contemporary dance. Oh, it's like, is it like this? And then you're like,
Maybe it's important to say I make contemporary dance in Berlin.
What do you think about it? What is it about contemporary dance in Berlin that is different to, say, other places?
Nick Hafner said one day.
What's up, Nick?
Oh, I love Nick.
I love Nick.
Such a good person. But it was so funny. I was in an event in HZT, it's a university in Berlin for contemporary dance. And Nick was saying, they were talking about already, like, to make a demonstration about the lacking of money for our education and so on and so on. And Nick said, people, HCT, it's a dance university. It's so important because you would not enter in any other dance university in Germany. You can imagine what does it mean. Which is amazing, actually, because dance is not only about where your leg goes or how virtuous you are. No, definitely not. But in many places it is still, you know. And I think here we have space for something else. That's like this communication between dance and other fields and other kinds of experience. But you have to get used. When I arrived in Berlin, I went to an event. It's all about like the context, like humor.
Yeah, I have to say, HCT is the only dance university, maybe in the world, that would have accepted me. Thank you.
Me too. I'm also from HCT.
And yeah, I mean, this is something I really appreciate about it. Like, everyone had different backgrounds. I have a law degree. I know people who were started medicine.
You have law degree?
I have a law degree.
This is why the costume.
This is why I wear this. I'm a proper person. I'm actually a proper person. No, I think yeah. What do you mean? Unbelievable. Jesus. No, like, I think, yeah, like the multiplicity of backgrounds, like the varied backgrounds and the new kind of viewpoints that I think you get here in Berlin about what dance can be and what dance can offer. Yeah, I think it's really special. I really enjoyed this. It's more than just it's bigger than dance. It's really, I think of dance not just as like movements, forms, but really about like being. Like, how do you want to be as a human being in the world? Dance really now informs like everything. It informs like how I am in my house, how I arrange my house. Even I think of my house as like set design now. Like, what do I want to look at when I'm sitting here? Like, what's the pathway through to here? And this is really all, thinking about dance, efficiency of my body use, injury, illness, mental health. Like, it's really like communications with people. I think it's really, and that is really more than just about, how high can my leg go? How far can I jump? How's my plie, grand plie? How's your grand plie?
Getting worse and worse with age.
I'm going to see tonight.
Oh yeah. My grand plie naked. And I will look into your eyes.
I'll be looking right back. I'll be front row, baby. I'm really sorry for the people who have to sit behind me in the theatre. I always go to the front row. I apologise, but look, I'm a serious dance audience. I want to watch. I want to see everything. I want to know what's going on. Sorry, I apologise. Oh my god! What other questions we got? We need to look outside. Outside of dance. Outside of dance, what are your influences? Or who are your influences?
outside of dance. I think psychoanalysis is a huge influence, and I must say, before the people start to make real psychoanalysis studying things, that thing from the past that's like reading books and having classes with professors.
Books? What?
The thing that you open. No, I think psychoanalysis has a lot of interesting things, and Brazil has a tradition of psychoanalysis, and there is contemporary psychoanalysis very influenced by Marxist theories. So to make it simple, I'm very influenced by philosophical theories and to see the world through the material conditions. That means how I work, the money I have, my background, like my social reality, how it forms what I do. And yeah, like political, social fight formed me a lot. The memes, no? Because I come from the meme country, Brazil.
Yeah,
Come to Brazil.
Yeah.
Come to Brazil.
I'm dying to.
Yeah, like from today on, you are going to get so many things from me on this internet. No, I'm joking. I think, yeah, this is the most important thing. Clowning. And then women making clowning, which is a new thing. People don't know that. Women being allowed to be ridiculous is quite new. It's like 30 years old.
Being a dancer. So for me, I find that being a dancer is easy. I don't get nervous going on stage anymore. Dancing. Stage feels just like home now. But being the choreographer, I remember when I did my final piece, I was really having to hold it together, hold the nervous system together. All my skills, like, you know. Do you get nervous as a dancer? Do you get nervous as a choreographer?
No, call me to make works as a dancer, as a performer. People, give me jobs. No, I perform in my works, so I have this double role, and it's a lot because it's not only two, it's like five at the same time. I get nervous in the beautiful way that only we know.
Yep.
It's this thing of like, oh my God, let's cancel it. Oh no, boom. Now there is no way back. We go. And it's amazing. And then you forget all the stress and you think, I love you. Oh, we were fighting 3 days ago, but I love you. And then, yeah. Yeah, like being a choreographer or calling myself that, or having to accept to have my name. For example, this work, I have my name under it, you know. It's also a process for me, like to say, no, I hold it. I hold this vision and let's do it. And then it will be on my shoulders as well, this responsibility of this is my work. And this is not so easy. It looks easy, but it's not easy. Especially also, and then there is the whole thing being a female director, choreographer, to say, I want this light here, and the technicians just, not in this case, I'm talking about the last 20 years that I'm working. Sometimes they just give you the back and say whatever. And then you have to say, no, this is what I want this, I need this. How to learn to be in this position as a female artist. It's hard.
Do you find that how has that changed over time?
I'm trying to learn more and more what can I do to make this position easier for me. What have changed in my position is that I understood sometimes in Germany with German technicians. Sometimes you get no, and you just have to wait and see and say, I want it. Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't know if it changed. I think it's changing. I'm trying to lose the fear to in a power position. It's not. It's only another position in a creation process. But yeah, there is some responsibility that's my responsibility. Yeah. And I have to hold it. And if I hold it clearly, it will be better for everyone. Not about. I think when I was younger, I was thinking I was more a young teenager being anarchist.
Mm-hmm. I can see that.
I think when you don't make it clear your position and what you need, then it becomes a kind of a strange chaos that no one knows what to do.
All right, final couple of questions. This is Tanztage. It was the opening of Tanztage yesterday. You opened up the whole festival. What else are you looking forward to seeing?
Brazil. I'm going to Brazil.
You're not even staying.
No. I can give also a nice answer.
No, I mean, yeah. Look, I get it. It's snowing. It's literally snowing. You can't see it. It's snowing right now. I would be doing the same.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of here. But if you were here, what would you be looking forward to seeing?
Luisa Fernanda Alfonso. Masterpiece.
The masterpiece.
Please, people. Oh my God. I don't know if this video will be already out there, but if it's not, find a way to watch this work at some point of your life. What a performer. What an artist.
Wow. I watched this as Louisa's masterpiece, actually. A masterpiece.
His name is genius.
It's genius.
It's a masterpiece, and it is a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. I'm so intrigued to see what it is like 2 years on, how it has changed. I know she's been taking it on tour. I'm so intrigued. I loved this work. Oh my God, she's amazing. That's a great answer. And then listen, final question. Is there a question that you wish I had asked you?
Oh. No, I'm very surprised by your really. Yeah, I think you were a great interviewer.
I try.
But you have experience being an interviewer, a journalist.
Listen, I used to do this when I was younger. When I was at university, I used to have my own column on the student newspaper where I'd interview people.
But written stuff, or
it was written. It wasn't forward facing, camera facing like this. So yeah, no, I understand how to research the social aspect. This is as much for me as it is for for this lot. I just want to hang out with my friends.
No, super cool. Also, yeah, to be able to to talk with someone about the work. Like the problem is we don't have time. We don't have time normally.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think we don't sit down to talk, to make questions like about what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Why is it important for you?
Mm-hmm. Totally. Then listen, the final question. If you don't have a question you wish I've asked, do you have a question for me?
Yes. You said you had the idea to make this on Sunday, so 1 week ago, not even. Why?
Good question.
Honestly.
So I was thinking I'm like dance unemployed this year. There's some tour dates that are going on. So I basically have a lot of time on my hands. I thought to myself, what do I want to do in that time? The first thing is I have my studio. So I go to the studio. I will go to the nightclub a lot, and because that's my other studio. And then I thought to myself, how to, there's these funding cuts happening. And if these funding cuts are irreversible, then I basically wanted to create like a chronicle, a time capsule, something which, kind of like demonstrates or represents the Berlin dance community as it is, by us, for us. And I thought that the content around dance, contemporary dance in particular, is very like clever and serious. And when I think about us, we are clever and serious, but we're also like fun and joyful. And and I want to present that side. I want to have these conversations and let people know essentially what is being dismantled. And then if this is in any way can help towards showing how valuable this scene is to us, and also a way of opening it up to people who are not us, then this will be this is basically the mission statement. Really, this is my own little way of trying to save the dance scene here in Berlin. Thank you for that question.
Beautiful.
Cool. Then I think we're good. Thank you. I just sat down with Kysy Fischer for Superficial, which last day today. Video's not going to be out by then anyway, by any sort
That was very fast.
Reasonable. The video will not be out in any reasonable amount of time. So anyway, we're here. I hope the show goes good. I'm really looking forward to it tonight. Manuel is in it. We'll try to talk later. We will try and talk later. You're taking a piss. I get it. You're taking a piss. You understand everything I'm saying.
Too good English. Basic A1 English.
A1 English.
The book is on the table.
Basic A1 English. Hang on. Let's get back the text you wrote. We want to denude this and to think blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much. This has been great.
Oh, thank you.
Cool.